Hey there, welcome to day 1433 of Watch You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business and back and forth. And sharing lessons learned, business ideas, business strategies, tactics that work and don't work, things that I've done that have epically failed, and things that I've done that have been really, really a lot easier and more successful than I thought they'd be. I share tools, tips, strategies, whatever. Well, today I'm talking about, I've done an annual challenge. I've done them for years, but over the last 4 years, I've specifically done an online one topic related challenge. And I used a little set of journal books, which I already put away, which I don't know why I did because I talked about it extensively in the new challenge this year. I used a book every year to kind of guide me through the challenge. First one was Do One Thing Every Day That Scared You, which I shared the history on why I did that, and it was mainly to get me online and doing video and not be afraid of it. And then after I did that, I started that in 2018. I did it for a little while, and then I started doing, as part of, I was getting ready to move, and after my divorce, getting ready to move, and that's a big project when you've been in a house for 25 years. It's a lot of stuff. Raised my family in this big house and wanted to move out, simplify, downsize, etc. And so in 2020, I wanted to be happy. In 2019, I wanted to be happier, so I did one thing every day that makes me happy. Then I got the little book, Do One Thing Every Day, Fun Thing Every Day, which I did through 2020 in the pandemic with my granddaughter, who was 4, then 5. She's now 6. And then in 2021, we just finished yesterday, Do One Thing Every Day That Centers You, which was a book to get to know ourselves better and what is important to us, what our priorities are, and to center ourselves. And I want to continue on that theme a little bit. Now, sold the cabin last year, so we didn't go up to the cabin, and I didn't go to the Christmas store, and I didn't get another journal book. Could I have gone online and found another journal book and done another year of it? Yes. But I decided in about August of this year that I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something on my own. So I bounced around a bunch of ideas, and one thing I wanted to do was, I'm doing a hypnosis or a meditation or an affirmation type of exercise every day, and I'm using Victoria Gallagher's Hip Link because she's got over 500 different meditations on there in all the different areas and aspects of our life. She categorizes them differently, but the same ones that I teach in the Get Up and Go challenge. So I thought, okay, I'm going to use that and do a meditation every day or a hypnosis session every day, and I'm doing that. I'm going to continue to do that through 2022, but I'm like, I don't really want that to be the sole focus of what we're doing in terms of showing up every day. And so I decided, and I just decided this morning right before I started talking, that this year's 365-day challenge will be called the Be You 365-day challenge. Why? Because my motto since 2011 or so has been be loving, love being, be you. So why would I not do, if I'm creating my own activity, action item, or lesson, action item, or quote, an action item, or whatever I decide to do every day, why wouldn't I call that Be You? Because the truth is, the only person that we can control, the only power we really have over anyone and anything in the universe is the power that we have over ourselves, to control our emotions, to control our thinking, to be the example that we want to see in the world. And so I talked about that a little bit on the Be You Day 1 365-day challenge. So today I challenge people to think about, and I'm not going to go into it all because I talked about it for several minutes, and I've talked about it here. I think about the identities we need to adopt and just be and live in order to actually achieve the things that we want versus the don't wants, because most of our identities are tied into our don't wants, and so we just keep getting more of the things we don't want to have in our life. So talked about that. And then for Supersize Your Business today, I talked about out with the old and in with the new. And I actually used socks and underwear as an example, which is a little weird, but I happen to have new underwear in the package. So I thought, okay, I don't have new socks in the package because socks seldom come in packages, but I do have new underwear in the package that my daughter got me for Christmas in my stocking. So I used out with the old, in with the new, and that was our idiom. And I shared that I like sharing idioms every day. I think some people that are in business are like, well, why would you talk about idioms and what things mean? Well, because language and what things mean to us has a huge impact on our life and how we interact with our in our relationships and with other people. And so to me, it's like doing an impromptu speech or an impromptu thing, or it's like improvisation in comedy. It allows us the opportunity to take a topic, take something that means something, look into what does it mean, where does it come from, and then think about, well, what does that mean to me? Have I ever even heard this expression before? Have I ever used it? Has anybody ever used it with me? And I remember scratching my head and thinking, well, what the heck did they mean by that? And then I had to go look it up. Well, this is a way to cover a lot of those. And I think last year I started doing more themed things. So this month I think we'll do new beginnings, out with the old, in with the new, things that have to do with new in the new year, and habits, and commitment, and sticking to things like that. I think those are the topics we'll talk about for the month of January 2022. And then we'll see how January 2022 feels, and we'll decide if we're going to do the Get Up and Go Challenge in February or not. I haven't decided. I might actually roll the Get Up and Go Challenge into the BU 365-day challenge. I thought about doing a 365-day Get Up and Go challenge, and I thought, that's not what I want to do next with that. I did consider the idea, but I'm like, that's not the direction I'm feeling moved to go in. I really want to continue to personally grow and develop in the area of becoming the example I want to be in the world. And so that's why I picked that for this year's 365-day challenge. And it's fun to create and actually do my own. It's like writing your own book. I wrote my own book several years ago, and I also thought about basing the challenge on that this year, and I'm like, I'm not ready to share that. It's a pretty in-depth, really deep look into ourselves and into myself from the year following my sudden cardiac arrest. And once you die, it kind of changes your perspective on everything. And I'm going to recommend that you change your perspective on things by choice, by thinking for yourself, not dying and just being fortunate enough to have not stayed dead long enough to cause brain damage, or too much brain damage is what I joke and say, so we can still function in the world, because we've always had that ability and control. It's just a lot of the time we don't know it. We don't feel like we do, because no one's ever told us we did. And a lot of ability to, but I'd say the very small percentage of people on the planet actually understand and know that they have the ability to. And it's when we know and understand that we have the ability to do something that we affect change. So that's what I'm working on. It's New Year's Day, so I'm having a family day, hanging out with my family and relaxing. I did not go out last night. Hung out with my granddaughter, which was awesome. Kids went out and had some dinner and then came home, and I did not make it to midnight. I went to sleep when my granddaughter did. I guess about an hour after her, but still, for the most part, when my granddaughter did. And when I got up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, the kids were still up. So I'm like, you guys are nuts. I'm going to bed. So I went to bed again after I got my granddaughter back to sleep. Actually, I don't think I did. I think my son-in-law took her. I tried to get her to sleep, but she didn't go to sleep. Anyway, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, ask. Please ask. Yeah, any business, offline or online related question in pretty much any industry. I've had my fingers in. If I haven't owned businesses in or been a corporate executive in 27 different industries, and I suppose if there's thousands and thousands, and depending how you divide up industries, I probably haven't had experience in some, but it's amazing how many skills are transferable from industry to industry to industry. Success is success in any industry, and if you can succeed in one, you can succeed in many or any. It's just a matter of believing that you can and becoming the person that is capable of doing that by just doing it. So if you have any questions, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day with your family. I'm going to do the same, and I will be with you tomorrow just to let you know what's going on, what I'm working on. It's kind of a big breather when I'm not doing the 30-plus day Get Up and Go challenge, because it's one less piece of content. It's faster to process. It's faster to do everything. And then I have more time to spend with the people I love and care about. All right. If I can help you, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.